For number 4, a marginal cost of the company is given as the f of x equals 3x plus 4, and a fixed cost is $5,000. What is the cost function? We use the notation for the cost function as c of x. And the marginal cost as a c prime of the x. And the fixed cost, which is the cost at no production. So this is a fixed cost. So to find the cost function or to find the cx from given the marginal cost, the c prime x equals 3x plus 4, and the c at 0 equals 5,000. That means we're going to find the antiderivative of the marginal cost, which is the derivative of the cost function with respect to x, or the integral. So I'm going to write it here. The cost function is found by finding the antiderivative of the marginal cost, which is the antiderivative of 3x plus 4 with respect to x. We have the integral of the two terms, or the integral of the sum. We're going to use the sum rule, which is the integral of the f plus g is the integral of the fx plus the integral of the gx with respect to x. So this problem can be written as the integral of the 3x with respect to x plus the integral of the 4 with respect to x. And then the first term is the constant multiple. So that is the constant 3 multiplied to the term x, and number 4 here is the constant function. So we're going to use two other rules, the constant multiple rule, which is the integral of the k times the function f with respect to x is k times the integral of the f of x dx. And the other one is called the constant rule. Constant rule is the integral of the k with respect to x equals k times x, and then plus the integration constant, or constant of integration. All right, so the first term, we have the constant multiple multiplied by the integral of the x with respect to x. The second term is just the constant function. And we're going to use the constant rule for the second term. And the first term, since you have x to the power 1, another rule we're going to apply is the power rule. So the power rule says the integral of x to the power r with respect to x is x to the r plus 1 divided by r plus 1 plus c. Note that r cannot be negative 1. For our case, r equals 1. So we are good. So we can use a power rule. The first term becomes 3 times x to the 1 plus 1, which comes out to be 2. So divided by 2. And then plus the constant rule, so going to be 4 times the variable x and plus the constant of integration c. We simplify, so we have the cx, or the cost function in general, as 3 over 2 times x to the second power, and then added by 4x plus c. This is not the final answer yet, because we're going to have to find the fixed cost number. So far, we already used the C prime, or the marginal cost, but next we're going to use the fixed cost to find the C. Okay, how do we find C? So we're going to keep going over here. The C at 0 equals 5,000. It means when x is 0, the C at 0, or Cx, is going to be 5,000. So we're going to replace it into the function that we just found from finding the antiderivative. That means the left-hand side is 5,000 equals 3 over 2 times 0 squared plus 4 times 0 plus c. Therefore, the c value is 5,000. Now we put them together as the final answer. So then the cost function, the cx, will be in the form of 3 over 2 times x squared plus 4x plus 5,000.